Hi, I'm Warren Sprouse, host of the Bible Forum, every Sunday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern. We're here looking at life through a biblical lens, running up the flags of warning wherever they may come, trying to let you see how the Bible is influencing our world, or the world is influencing our Bible. There's a study that came out just recently, says that if you join a religious group, it could do more for your sustained happiness than other forms of social participation. Better than volunteering, better than playing sports, better than taking a class. A study in the American Journal of Epidemiology at the London School of Economics and Erasmus University Medical Center in the Netherlands found that the secret to sustained happiness lies in participation in religion. Now, it's not clear to them how this works, and they're not sure how much is actually religion per se, and how much is just a sense of belonging and not being socially isolated. But the researchers looked at a number of things. One of them had to do with participating in a religious organization. There was volunteering to work at a charity, volunteering or working at a charity, taking educational courses, participating in religious organizations, participating in political or community organizations, and the idea of participating in religious organizations won out over every 9,000 Europeans who were 50 years of age or older were part of this study. And they found that joining political or community organizations lost their benefits over time. In fact, the short-term benefits from those social connections often led to depressive symptoms later on. Benefits could be outweighed by other negative impacts of volunteering, such as stress. But the researchers noted that it's unclear whether the benefits of participating in a religious organization are connected to being in the religious community or to the faith itself. Maybe the behavior is what's really at issue. Sustained happiness as a concept is probably an oxymoron at best. Happiness is usually the result of happenings. It's where we get the word. These people are talking about a sustained satisfaction, a peace of mind, a peace of heart or soul. The Transcendental Meditation crowd promised the same thing back in the 60s and the 70s. 15 minutes of sitting cross-legged and repeating your mantra, actually lowered your heart rate, reduced stress, gave you a better outlook on life, and just was all around healthier. It came in as Transcendental Meditation. It went out because it was mystical religion trying to be introduced into our school system. 10 years later, it came back as a mind science, and it got accepted. But the studies constantly pop up, but they don't have a whole lot of lasting value, because 21st century humans are mostly overstimulated and undermotivated. And so they're working at more of a frenetic level than a substantial level. We're not growing in the ways that matter. We're busy, but we're not productive, and not in meaningful ways. It's like our children with the iPhones and the iPads and all of the other gadgets. They may be sitting at the dinner table or maybe sitting in your living room, but they're on there. They're texting the person sitting next to them. I mean, just busy, 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 but that's not accomplishing anything. I have the same result. I can sit for hours in front of a computer looking at websites trying to find information for the show or for a blog or something like that, and never learn a thing, at least after the first 15 minutes. But I always think I'm going to, and it's just over and over, this website, that website. I've got about a dozen I go to, and I go back through them again sometimes. And what am I doing? And then I turn on the news in the evening, and my wife will tell me something, and I'll give her the bottom line. During the day, she'll, did you know something? Yeah, and it was also this, that. You know everything. Well, I don't know everything, but I just spend hours looking at this. It's not rewarding. The exercise makes me feel like I'm being productive, but I get more productivity sitting on the patio looking out over the lake at the ducks, as long as the alligator's not out there. What's happening to us as a society? Well, we've become overstimulated and undermotivated. We have a tremendous amount of information that bombards us every day. We know too much about too many things that actually threaten our happiness, threaten our security, in some cases threaten our existence. And we know very little about the things that really matter. And this stresses us out. And so sitting in a safe place, quietly contemplating God or our navel, has a calming effect. Turning off the TV, listening to soothing music for 30 minutes would probably do the same thing. The difference between these and participating in a religious service is our connection with God, or our supposed connection with God. You see, we've been made by God to have fellowship with Him. It is the world system that militates against Him and against that relationship. The fast-paced society contributes to all of this. It's really a weapon employed by the enemy of your soul to distract and to destroy. And the folks that found themselves in a church or in a religious group, having fellowship, listening, participating, and doing, were escaping some of that. Have you escaped that? Maybe you ought to look at church again. Take another look.